right. It is Sunday morning. Good morning, Xbox. Hey, Terry, how are you this morning?
Hey, Axel, I'm doing great. How are you doing, Shaddai?
Oh, wait, where's Shaddai? Shaddai, you there? You there? No, he's still not in. All right. Shaddai might have to check back in with us. Oh, my goodness. Let's say good morning to everybody. First things first, the birthday boy, Doggy Dog. 420, my buddy, my pal, he is here, and it is his birthday. Be sure to tell him happy birthday. He shares the same birthday with Randall Thor, the man of a million. So, hello to Doggy Dog. Oh, wait, who do we have here? What is this?
There he is.
Hey, good morning, Shaddai. His microphone has not woken up. His mic has fail. Epic fail here. Well, Shaddai figures that out. Well, we'll keep moving along. Happy Cloud Gamer joins us. Hey, Happy Cloud Gamer, thank you so much for stopping in. We appreciate you. Cyber Gunther is in. Cyber Gunther says, good morning, gamers. Good morning, Cyber Gunther. Thank you so much for stopping in. We appreciate you. Casket Repair says, oh, man, and he says, especially good morning to Doggy and Shaddai. Shaddai, stop being rude. Say good morning to him.
Morning.
Oh, it works.
You got it.
Yeah, it keeps putting itself to default for some reason.
See, it defaulted me too this morning.
Yeah.
There you go.
Happy birthday to Doggy Dog. Yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday to Doggy Dog. Sir X-Man joins us. Thank you so much, Sir X-Man. Look forward to seeing you on Gaming After Dark. Sir X-Man joins Noof and Cerebral Paul. And, oh, Jesus,
that one too.
How can I forget his name? I see him on Twitter all the time. Anyways, he's one of the panel members now that's going to be on Gaming After Dark. So that should be fun. Good. Crazy Greek Dude joins us. Hey, Crazy Greek Dude, thank you so much. And Mr. Kima, Candy Crush morning to Xbox per Xbox era. What? Candy Crush coming to Xbox per Xbox era. Oh, okay. Cool. I misread that. I'm sorry. That's why I was like, what? That's interesting news.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
Brandon Foltz joins us. Our Rob is with us saying good morning. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Gamescom week happened. Wow, what a week for trailers, for previews. Out of the big three, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. Xbox was the only one present at Gamescom, so they were the only big public. They were just the only one of the big three there. Outside of saving money, why do you think Nintendo and PlayStation don't show up to these events anymore? I mean, Gamescom is supposed to be really big, especially for the fans in Europe. Do you know anything about Gamescom, guys? Like what it's all about? Anything of that nature?
I mean,
E3 in Europe.
E3 in
Yes. Yes.
It seems like it's become more of like an indie showcase, honestly. Like you don't really see any of the big publishers or anything there anymore. Like none of them really go there. So it's pretty much a place for a huge European indie spotlight.
All right. Some indie spotlights. Gamescom has a lot more fan interaction than E3 does. Do you think that it's just that people kind of showed what they were going to show at E3 and they had nothing left over a month later?
Well, whatever they never got the chance to show on E3, might as well just show it at Gamescom, which they probably had a spot to show it, their project to the gamers. So that might have happened, or maybe. like we all know, they couldn't show everything, so let's show it to Gamescom. So it could be so many reasons.
Yeah, Gamescom. I would definitely like to go to a Gamescom one day, just because it's supposed to have a lot more fan interaction than any of the other shows. From my understanding of what reporters say, but reporters, what do they know?
I know they don't fly over there.
No, they get that first class treatment. They don't got to stand in line like us. So yeah. Hey, real quick, shout out to Lito Terminus. Lito, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. But let's talk about Gamescom trailers. And let's start with Terri's favorite trailer from Gamescom. Which one is that one?
I actually.
Yep,
There
like
for a
that.
second. I actually had it's tough because there were 3 trailers that actually caught my interest.
Mm-hmm.
In case you couldn't find the one, I posted it in our chat so you could find it.
You want a specific one? Okay.
Well, in case you didn't find it, if you already found a trailer for it, that's fine. But this one is for a game that they announced called Blacktail. So that's why I didn't know if you found it because you said you didn't even hear about it. And that's like, it was there. It was there. All right. But
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It exists.
It was very tiny.
Focus was a big person at Gamescom.
Yeah, Focus, man. They had a lot of good stuff. All right, so Blacktail caught my eye because I love RPGs, and they had like a really great perspective on being like an archer and stuff. So if so this trailer here definitely intrigued me. And then when they did the thing, they were kind of like it was basically like 2 siblings or twins, possibly. I think they're twins. And like they had like
sister. I think I kind of took it more like they were split personalities. Now that I see the trailer,
it could be. Like
it's so vague.
Like one was trying to like tell the story, and then like the other one kind of gave like a completely different like dark spin of the same story. So it was like, what in the world? So, but yeah, no, this game looks fantastic. Look at the bow. All right, but
look at the flowers. Look at the flowers.
But yeah. So it's like this like dark, kind of like fantasy thing. You get to play with a bow, which I'm all about the bow. And yeah, it looked different, and I wanted to check this out, and you have witches.
Witches, that's right.
So yeah, no, it just looked cool. And they kept going on about this tree. So like that, so there's like the tree. Every time they show the tree between the 2 different sisters, if they're sisters, I don't know what they are. Like it's different. It's the tree is interpreted differently, even. So like it's intrigues me to find out
light and life, and the other one is like death.
With the storyline, so to me, it feels like if they're going to have 2 different perceptions of the same story, it's kind of like playing 2 different stories in one. So that's cool. So I want, so I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I want to see more of what they have to offer with this. So yeah, Blacktail. I feel like this is one of the ones that really shined, and people somehow Axel forgot about it. but yeah, no, Blacktail, 100%.
So the way I see this, right? If you look at the beginning, and they're talking, the sisters, the twins, I don't know what they are. One of them has the mask on, and the other one has the mask off. And there is some.
No, she has a mask on too. Hers is different style.
Look, she has it off right there. She took it off. Boom.
She has that mask, and she has a different mask. You both have a mask. True.
So she got a hockey mask, and the other one got a
more fox. Of like like a fox or some sort of cat like mask.
Okay. Yeah, it's an intriguing trailer, especially with the premise. Are they sisters? Are they split personalities? Are they doing, is one in the regular world and then one is in the upside down?
I also think this might be a spin on the Baba Yaga story too, because they did mention Baba Yaga. So I think this might be some twisted Baba Yaga storyline, which is definitely cool.
The boogeyman. Oh man, I can't wait to see John Wick in this movie. I cannot wait to see John Wick.
So are you trying to say that it might be in the lore of Baba Yaga then?
That's what I'm saying. Yes. That's what I'm saying.
No, I know you're saying that, so I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, Baba Yaga, of course, being the Russian boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
AKA
the sisters.
Comes in kidnaps
John Wick. All right, what a fantastic trailer, Blacktail. Let's see. Sir Expenses thought High on Life was a multiplayer shooter. Very disappointed. Wanted to play against my friends. Yeah, it's not. It's a it's a single player story, definitely. I will go in 2 minutes. So many great trailers, but I love the TV show. So The Expanse from the Telltale Games.
I think you meant Telltale.
Telltale Games.
Telltale.
Looking super fun. Another one I didn't see yet. There's so many trailers, guys. I'm still going through them. Jesse Darby comes in. Jesse Darby, good morning. Thank you so much. My mom jumps in. Thank you so much, Mom, for jumping in. What a fantastic first trailer. What were the other two you were really liking, Terri?
The other one would be The Lords of the Fallen. I really enjoyed Lords of the Fallen, and then they made the announcement that Lords of the Fallen 2 was going to be coming out hopefully this year. And then Gamescom hits, and they changed the title from Lords of the Fallen 2 to The Lords of the Fallen.
Funny because I was gonna. It was funny because I was gonna ask you if that was actually a reboot of the original.
It's not.
It's not. It's the sequel. They just changed the title. That's it.
Yeah,
I was gonna write you about that because I'm like, what?
Yeah, so I'm super excited for this game. So of course I looked it up and I read a little more on it, and it's supposed to take place like 10,000 years after the first one.
So when they first showed stuff for Lords of the Fallen 2, at the time it was 2, they focused more on snowy landscapes. So with this trailer, it's completely different. So that makes me. So now I'm like, okay, we're gonna
maybe they did reboot development.
So either they changed it drastically, or we're literally going to be going to different landscapes, which would be nice because in the first one you didn't really have too much change. I mean, there was changes in landscape, but it wasn't it wasn't very drastic. You weren't going from like snowy peaks to like desert. It wasn't anything that drastic. But yeah, no. So I'm excited for this. I love the first one. I highly recommend you guys play the first one if you haven't, especially if you're into more of like, your Soulsborne kind of style games. It's in that vein. It's not as challenging as those, but it's still in that vein. And for me, I played as the cleric. I had the most fun playing as the cleric in the first one. I just could not. I tried doing the warrior and the rogue on that one. I normally play rogue in all my games. I just couldn't do it. It was too hard for me. So I went cleric, and I had so much fun. So yeah, I wanted to play this game. I'm excited. It was supposed to come out this year. I can't remember if they dropped a date on this. I don't think they did. So I don't know if it's still planned
yet.
I don't know if it was still planned for this year or if they're moving it to next year. Either way, I'm excited. Yeah, this is definitely one that's been on my my list for quite a while. So I want it. I want it.
So would you say that this game is more like Dark Souls arcade?
Yeah, I would say that because like I played Dark Souls. I didn't like it, but Lords of the Fallen was, like I said, it's in that vein, but it's more player friendly, I guess.
Yeah, your armor actually matters.
But there's still, there's still strategy and technique when it comes to your combat for the fights. So, it's not like they dumb it down or anything. It's you still have, a struggle. It's just not unrelenting punishment, like in Dark Souls.
All right. So those of you that want to get good, this is a good start.
Yeah.
All right. Shaddai, Lords of the Fallen, are you looking forward to this one?
Yes, I am. I play not a whole lot of the original one, but at least I'm a bit of I know where he's, I know how it plays and all that, but since I was playing something else, I kind of put it a little bit to the side, but I am looking forward to it. I'm not too much good when it comes to Dark Souls or that, because once he gets way too punishing, that's when I actually kind of backed out real quick.
That's why you gotta play cleric. That's why you gotta play cleric, because the cleric is the only one that has a skill where he can self-heal. He can constantly heal. So it makes it easier.
Forget that crap. Just go swordsman, armor up. They can't even damage you.
And the thing is that I'm with Axel. That's how I play. Usually I go for a knight. You know what I mean? So I always tank.
Well, I normally go as a rogue, and I couldn't even play the rogue in that game. I couldn't. So I had to go cleric.
The DPS in these games is just you need survivability. I hate to break it to everybody. You need survivability in these games. You either got to armor up, self heal. The rogue has the DPS, but you're not going to kill anything fast enough to matter, especially not the big bosses.
Yeah.
Lords of the Fallen. Check it out, guys. The Lords of the Fallen coming out sometime in the future. And Terri, you said you had one more trailer.
One more, and I feel like this is one that's probably at the top of probably everybody's list from what was shown there, and that is Atlas Fallen.
Yes! Yes!
All right. Tell us about Atlas Fallen.
I don't know much about it. It was all cinematic, but it looked amazing.
It's not all cinematic. It had some gameplay at the end.
Yeah,
here.
it had some gameplay.
It looks really great. So you have like this deserty landscape. You have so it seems like you may be playing as the female character since she was the one kind of narrating it, and then she ended up joining up with this male character. So I don't know if you play as both and you switch back and forth, or if you pick one or the other. Mm-hmm. That I don't know. But no, the story is definitely interesting, and like if the cutscenes are anything to measure that those look fantastic, and I'm really into like action adventure and like RPGs and things of that nature. So usually when I see anything like that, it usually catches my attention. So this one looks fantastic as well. So yeah, I'm all about it.
Fantastic choice.
Beautiful. Like, look at that.
Shaddai, you got excited when she said this one. Is this one of your favorite trailers too?
Oh no, because I thought she was talking about geographic wise. The Atlas map and all that. So I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I was talking about the Roman god, dude. What the heck are you talking about?
Yeah, for real.
I thought of that too, but I kind of thought she probably talking about geographic. No, yes, I am actually looking forward to this. When I first saw it, I thought my first reaction was probably some type of Assassin's Creed-ish type.
You're an earthbender.
Yeah. So I'm like, it gotta be something like Assassin's Creed-ish. But once I start seeing the gameplay, the small snippets of gameplay, it dragged me into it, and I was like, I want to see more, and I'm gonna get this. It looks beautiful. Look at that, like Terry said. Look at that.
It has got the crazy anime, kind of fighting with her getting launched crazy high in the air and coming down. Like that's not practical at all, but it's always entertaining to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now since there's two characters, is it gonna be co-op?
Oh, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Sweet.
That would be sweet.
We see two characters, so I'm not surprised if that comes with it and an open world,
And they have a pretty decent variety. Like just from this fight by itself, we're seeing multiple weapons from each character, as well as ultimate different like power abilities as well. So it seems like this game has a lot going on.
And it would have been awesome if, let's say, if that was the case, MMO-ish or whatever, and you could combine her power with yours to create some ultimate power to the enemies on that game. It would be even awesome. See?
Right. And then right there, the weapons are covered in blood somehow now. And it's like, wow.
That's not
that or it was some kind of red crystal or something.
Yeah,
that is not blood. That's ketchup.
Ketchup, whatever. Hot sauce. You're going to burn these eyes out.
I think it's crystal because it kind of gives me that, kind of reminds me a little bit of like Darksiders. So I'm thinking like some kind of crystal thing happens, or like maybe you gotta get different crystals and it changes the ability of your weapon or something.
It's blood diamond.
Blood diamonds.
Blood diamond.
Wow! You just want this show to be bad, don't you? Atlas Fallen. Chat, let us know how you feel about Atlas Fallen below. Everybody's excited for it. I don't know if I'm going to play Atlas Fallen, if I'm being honest. Not that I dislike the game style. I just got to see more. That's all. It looks impressive, but I got to see more.
No, you saw plenty. That should be enough.
Sir X-Men says Atlas Fallen day one.
Yes. Same here.
All right. And Sir X-Men also says that Pinocchio game looks good. Yes, Liza P. Looks real good. Gone Mad joins us. Hey, Gone Mad, thank you so much for joining in. We appreciate you. Doggy Dog really liked Atlas Fallen, by the way. If you watched our Iconic Video Games podcast, you'll find out that he really enjoyed that one. And there was no reason why the Xbox showcase should have been 6 hours. I didn't see much of anything at Gamescom. Man, after all those trailers, if you didn't see something, I don't know what to say, man. There was a little bit for everybody. Not everything's going to be for you, but there should have been at least a little bit there, Sir X-Men. Especially, that Pinocchio Liza P coming day one to Xbox Game Pass.
Yes.
Right.
Like a dark, twisted version of it. That's cool.
That's awesome. Shaddai, your favorite trailer. Let's get to your favorite trailer at Gamescom. Which one would you say was your favorite?
We gotta understand also, not only did they show trailer, but remember it's mixed with gameplay, majority of them.
Mhm.
So I actually have 5 of them, and one of
5
them,
of them. Holy cow! All right, guys, we're gonna be here for the next hour.
because
all right, let's do this.
well, actually, it's because Terry already mentioned one, so I'm gonna withdraw that one away because I was actually looking for it.
Which one was that one? Atlas Fallen.
Atlas Fallen.
Okay. All right. So Atlas Fallen. All right. Next.
And then you mentioned one, so I'm gonna discard that one too, which it was Lies of P.
About it. It's okay if we.
No, do that one because we haven't played the trailer for people who don't know.
So
talk about
it.
Yeah, do it.
So I have one. The first one is Lies of P.
Yeah.
That game looks awesome. I mean, when I first saw it, I know they said it was like Bloodborne-ish, Devil May Cry-ish type of game. And the thing is that it's the design that they utilize, which is, and the enemies are mechanical. So I guess it's some type of I don't know if it's some type of magic, dark magic.
Like, because gave me like a steampunk kind of like world vibe a little
like
bit.
A steampunk
right.
Steampunk. Yeah.
Right. So that means, looking at that trailer, I know he got a mechanical arm, so that means that we're gonna pretty much upgrade his arm abilities. Probably he's gonna get, other than seeing a flamethrower, we might see something else beyond that. And I could tell, not I could tell, but you know, I sense difficulty the same as any other Dark Souls. But also, this is more of a third-person Atomic Heart-ish. But that was just me. But look at that! Look at that! It's awesome. It's very unique. It's very, very unique. So definitely. I'm actually looking forward to this, and everybody is. So this is going to be one of my day one game that I want to get, other than Atlas Fallen. But we don't know so much about it because it was just announced, other than, hey, day one Game Pass. Later, you know, they announced that later on after they showed the trailer. So I am actually looking forward to this. I'm really this is that game is awesome.
So this was going to be the one trailer I was going to bring up, was Lies of P, because on top of it being steampunk, which I really enjoy, on top of it being gothic steampunk style marionette as well, it's like steampunk marionette. It's also got a Souls-like gameplay, it looks like, and you know me, I love to get good. And it's on day one Game Pass, so I get to enjoy this game. Whether I like it or not is still I can make my own decision. That's another great thing about Game Pass, is if I'm on the fence on the game and I try it, I may like it, I may hate it, whatever, it's included. So yeah, Lies of P's. Fastback NLG says, is the old lady the fairy godmother? That's right. That old lady at the beginning of the trailer could be the fairy godmother. He also says Lies of P's great. Looks great.
The question is, what does P stands for? Because it's not like when you go to the bathroom.
Pinocchio.
No, if it's the story of Pinocchio, then yeah, Pinocchio.
Yeah, Lies of
That's not Pinocchio. That's Alice in Wonderland.
No, what?
We got the pig. We got the bunny.
Where was there a pig in Alice in Wonderland? Tell me.
Where was this bucket in Alice in Wonderland?
This bucket.
Hey, you could change anything, and it could be Alice in Wonder Bucket or whatever it is.
Wonder Bucket?
Yeah, Wonder Bucket. It's probably it got a smile, so it could be part of the Joker. You know what I mean?
There you go. Charlie played Life of P.
Wow.
She said it was hard but satisfying.
Not life.
Yeah. And of course, this coming off the fairy tale of Pinocchio. I can't wait to play it. I mean, it's,
the bunny right there, bunny.
It's cool.
Yeah, no, it's actually it is.
My favorite part of this was right here where he's running. Hold on, I'll pause it. And right here, you can see the bad guys have that little wind up.
Yes, the wind up.
The little crank.
Stuff.
And the
Yes.
The wind up crank. That's right. I cannot wait for Liza P while I load up another trailer. Terry, Liza P, you excited? You're gonna get good?
It looks fantastic. Like I said, I'm not real into like the really strong tones, like Soulsborne style games, but I don't mind playing games of the style as long as they're not punishing. So as long as it's not punishing, I think I'll have a lot of fun playing this.
That's right. And real quick, shout out to Fastback. Thank you so much for joining in, Fastback. I'm not going to put what you typed in there, Fastback. Shout out to Dreadpool. Dreadpool also joins us. Thank you so much. So this is the gameplay trailer. It's 12 minutes long. It says right here, puppet string. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, you can't see my mouse. On the lower right of the trailer, next to the IGN article right there, it says puppet trailer or puppet string.
Oh, puppet string. Yes.
Yes. So there it is.
Oh, right there. He used it.
String. Yep. And so, yeah, this is definitely Liza P. P standing for Pinocchio. It looks like everybody's like a marionette come to life, like half marionette, half human, which totally falls in just like Pinocchio. I'm really, really looking forward to Liza P. The thing I really love about Souls games is that they are all stylized. And, you know, everybody's like, oh, realistic graphics this, realistic graphics that.
Yeah.
Give me stylized graphics any day of the week. You know, when it comes to importance of having fun in the game, graphics is almost at the bottom. Almost.
But also when it comes to Dark Souls, like majority of them is pretty much dark tone. You never seen something that is actually pretty much light tone other than the Search.
Can't be the people in broad daylight.
Hey, the Search is the same, but that's pretty much, you know, one of them that is light like that. But my
what you mean is like dark fantasy, and like they're always dark.
Yeah, like dark settings into the dark.
Yeah, there hasn't been a. I get what you're getting at, and I think it's just the soul style, because you got to collect souls, you got to collect whatever the currency is, and whatever you know, Pinocchio is going to be collecting here, strings or marionette parts. I don't know, to level up. So it definitely has a pick up and drop mechanic. So yeah. So let's see. Let's check in with the chat and see what they say real quick. We are joined by Jason Max, who says, just remember, Xbox is #1 in our hearts. Yes, sir. They definitely are.
In my heart.
Let's see who else.
Yeah, he knew where his heart was. It's like it's all over the place.
Fast fact, Pinocchio grew up and left Disney. Maybe Mickey is the main villain.
No. I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Mickey is a villain, man.
Yeah, Eternal Shaddai. Tunic was pretty hard.
No,
that was in a bright setting.
No, but I'm talking about in that type of, you know, that type of way. You know what I mean?
No.
But he's the form of the game. But yes, he's correct. Tunic is the same.
All right. Well, enough of Liza P. I could gush about this trailer for the entire time it's playing. What's your next trailer? You said you had 5.
Yes. The other one is going to be Where Wines Meet.
Where Winds?
Yeah, that one. Not wine. Sorry. Winds.
Wine.
Yes. I was whining. No, but where winds meet.
Where wines meet? You mean your lips? No, I'm just kidding.
So you're correct. Sorry, sir.
All right, where winds meet? Let's check it out. All right, go ahead. Talk to us about where winds meet. Why'd you like this one?
Because I'm always into that. I'm a really fan of, like I said, ninjas. That's why I'm looking forward for Wulong and Wolong, the other Wulong and Wolong or whatever.
Wukong.
Yeah, and Wukong. Exactly. I was looking for the other one. So when it comes to samurais, ninja, I love that. And other than the ones that we already know, which is, you know, the Bloodborns, that Bloodborne's game, I could tell this one could be also one of those punishing games, somewhat similar to Neo.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually looking for anything that is Samurai Ninja. I'm all in. The question is, I know I heard that the game is only for PC. The question is it going to go to consoles? And that will be great. And also, I know we're probably going to hear that it's going to be to Game Pass too. That is not true, but usually all games like that, it will always or maybe end up in Game Pass for everybody to pretty much try it. Look at that landscape. It's awesome.
It does look great.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This one looks much better than I thought.
Right. And so this one is a little bit different. You know what it actually reminds me of? It's not that close, but no, it actually Tenchu. It reminds me of Tenchu.
Okay.
So
the old Activision Tenchus or the newer ones?
No, the old one. The Activision ones. You're
okay.
Correct. Just because of when he used that arrow to get close to the boat, I know on Tenchu 2, there is a part like that you have to go to the docks to fight the final boss, and that actually gave me a Tenchu vibe of it. But lately, as you could see on this one, it's like all Samurai's Ninja are coming back because we see all this pretty much releasing. So this one, I'm actually looking for it. It looks really awesome. What about you guys?
I think it looks fantastic. Terry?
I mean, yeah, it looks really good. Like, I'm not real big in when it comes to like the Japanese stuff, but I mean, every now and then one catches my eye. This one does look very well done. It's just, I might try it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too big into their lore when it comes to like the whole their stuff. But like, yeah, it does look good. It does. I don't want to downplay it. It's not really my thing.
All right. Well, there you go. Where Wins Meet? Chat. Let us know how you think of Where Wins Meet. And speaking of Gaming After Dark, boom, boom, kaboom, Noof Nukem is in the room. So now we got Noof. We got Sir X-Man. We need Paul and we need
Scrub.
What's his name? Crazy Old Gamer or whatever the hell he calls himself.
Wise Old Gamer.
Wise Old Gamer. There we go.
Crazy old gamer.
I know.
Well, because everything he says is crazy to me. I'm just like, why did you say that? Be sure to check him out. Coming back, I believe next week, or is it the week after? Yeah. So this week will go by. Yeah. So next week they'll come back to Gaming After Dark, Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. my time, 10 p.m. Eastern. What's your next trailer, Shaddai?
That will be Warhammer Darktide.
Warhammer 40K.
Yes, because I used to play. I never. I know I did finish it, which it was. I think it's called Warhammer Space Marine.
Space Marine on the 360. Yes.
Yes.
Space Marine's fantastic.
Yes.
They have a sequel that's being made
in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I heard something. I know they showed.
I wanted that one like the entire time. Honestly, I'm gonna interrupt you, Shaddai. The entire time they were showing Darktide, I was like, "No, Space Marine 2, show that!" I was like, "I want to see this crap."
Nobody wants to know about Darktide.
I don't care about. I honestly, I do really enjoy Warhammer 40K, but I have no interest in Darktide just because I didn't like Vermintide, and it's the same thing. It's just with 40K. So I don't care about this one.
Now, Vermintide didn't strike me good, but Space Marine did, and Darktide looks to be a continuation in that universe. So I'm definitely interested in this one. It looks fantastic.
It's in that universe, but I feel like if it's going to play just like Vermintide, so that's why I'm not interested.
No way it can play just like Vermintide. This one has guns.
I doubt it.
It has guns, yeah, but I mean, it's going to be the same thing where it's just like horde mode.
Yes, it's horde mode essentially.
So yeah, no, I would rather play the Warhammer 40K RPG games than this.
That's right.
It looks awesome.
Did I forget about Cerebral Paul? No, I didn't. I said him. I said him. I think I just got distracted with trying to remember who Wise Old Gamer's tag.
Oh, wait a minute. When is that release? Sorry, I just saw
this year, November 3rd.
November 3rd.
30th.
30th. Sorry.
Yes,
November 30th.
on my birthday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah, a
That's
present
right.
for
You can
me
get it
and
on
myself.
Steam and Windows only right now.
No, I guess I'm not gonna get it.
Shaddai's excited for all these games you can't play, sucker.
The sucker. I know, right? It's
All
on
right,
small
what's
letters.
the next game? Maybe you can play the next game.
Okay, the last one will be Pentiment.
Pentiment.
And I'll tell you why. That one is, for me, is very, very intriguing. It actually caught my eyes. The reason why is that the art style, I like history. Majority of the time I like history.
Mm-hmm.
And Obsidian, and I know this is a small team from Obsidian, and the thing is that when it comes to small teams, especially from Obsidian, look what they have done with, and I'm talking about only small team, not the big ones that we know from Avowed and Outer Worlds. But when I first saw this and hearing that it's the small team of Obsidian, the first thing that comes to mind is like Pillars of Eternity and South Park with collaboration with Ubisoft. So those small teams that tells very good story. So this one is very unique because I know it's that medieval, something that you go, I know it's kind of weird to say this, but like one of those inside a church in the old, we're talking about like old English, because you know I know they have those books with those watery colors from Leonardo da Vinci type and all that. So I like that. It's very, very unique. The thing is that when I saw it on the Xbox showcase was when he said it's a story-driven game, and I'm like, wait a minute. I like this game, so that means that it's only story-driven with no combat. So that one is kind of like, I guess it depends on your choice, and whatever choice you make, this is what's gonna happen. And that one actually kind of put me like into a small step. I'm like, okay, before I jump into conclusions, let's, I would like to find more information about this game before I say, you know what, nah, this game is not for me, and just move forward.
You should really look, I mentioned it on the show before, but you should really look up Ken Follett's Pillars of the Earth, because it's in the same vein, and it's very story heavy, and it's in that same time frame. I think you would really enjoy it.
Okay, because if it doesn't have any, because I can't really say this, but I know like me, I play a little bit of, I know I'm on chapter 2 of As Dusk Falls. I know it's different, but I'm talking about like the story driven,
the narrative style games,
the narrative style,
narrative driven games,
right. So I like that, I like As Dusk Falls. I really do, because it grabbed me because of the story. So I know there's a possibility on this one will do the same, but that's why I don't want to jump into conclusions, and then I'm gonna feel like a little bit more like disappointed and start jumping into something else. But this game is just, like I said, I like history. The art style is different, but I can't deny that Obsidian is really good on stories. That's why they have so many.
Obsidian really draws good narratives, especially narratives of consequences. But I'm not looking forward to Pentiment. I'm just going to be honest. Narrative-driven games are not my strong point. I get so bored so fast; it's not even funny. And it's so funny though, because like I loved The Walking Dead from Tall Tale Games.
Are you talking about the one from back in the day?
Yeah, Tall Tale Games, Walking Dead. But and that's a narrative-driven game. But like, I hate it after the party. It's a narrative-driven game, and I hated it. I was like, I finished it, but I was forcing myself to finish it. I'm like, I'm gonna finish this game. But yeah, it was interesting. It was a fun story, but overall boring to me. So I'm gonna pass on Pentiment. I'm glad you're excited. Yeah, Terri, Pentiment.
I mean, it does look interesting. It's something that I might try. It's going to be on Game Pass, so I might give it a go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I highly recommend Shaddai looks up Pillars of the Earth. I think you like it. It's made by Daedalic. They do a lot of point and click games, like the Pony and stuff like that. So it's going to be like that, but it's got a really good art style. And I think you'll like it.
Oh, that's the one that yeah, I know which studio you're talking about. That's the one that they're gonna create Gollum.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. Those are Shaddai's trailers. My trailer was gonna be Lies of P. Dang it. Axel. Yeah. Lies of P. It was gonna be my trailer, but Shaddai pulled that one up, and that's okay. We can all like the same things. So yeah, there you go. Let's check in with the chat here. We are joined by Toolman. Hey Toolman, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Like of Pies. It's really an interesting name for a game. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this part of the show. Terri, are you set so we can stay with the trailer theme?
Sure.
No.
Yes.
No, yes.
Yeah, I'm always ready. I'm just kidding.
All right, all right, so we're gonna go right into Terry's indie spotlight. Let's see what she has for us
from Gamescom.
All right, everybody. So I went ahead and I pay attention. I may not comment a lot. Oh my gosh. I may not comment a lot in the actual YouTube chat, but I do pay attention. And I know there's a lot of viewers here that are pretty big fans of classic arcade, like beat 'em ups. So I decided that I would pick one out for you guys today. So here's the trailer for one for you, and we'll go from there.
All right, let's take a look at it.
There is adult language in this.
Unbelievable. This is a friendly family show.
Into action. Let's go. And he's pissed.
Take this.
Meet Claire Sparks.
Definitely not designed after Streets of Rage 2.
Miller T. Williams.
Close to Double Dragon.
No way. Okay, yeah, the backflip.
4 unique game modes.
Street Fighter influence right there.
One last fight. Final Vendetta.
All right, so Final Vendetta. Let me pause that. All right, so Final Vendetta. So it pays tribute, based on the title alone, it pays tribute to classic beat 'em ups, Final Fights and Vendetta, which were arcade beat 'em ups that took place in like the early 90s. They basically came out before the big popular ones did, like Ninja Turtles and all the others. So it's, so if you're into the classic arcade, beat 'em up game, this one's going to be for you. You got the 3 characters. Each one has their own unique play style. So that way, when you jump between characters, that you can noticeably feel like you're playing with a different character. A lot of these games, they all kind of have like the same moveset, and they might have like 1 or 2 special things that the others don't. This one, they made sure that each character was unique in their own way. So it's very well done there. It's got 6 areas you can go to, 6 game modes like they had mentioned in the thing. There's 3 different difficulty settings. It's got 1 to 2 player, but it is in the classic arcade style, meaning there's no online. So that could be a negative for some of you all, but for those of you who just really enjoy this style of game and you just want to, have some fun on your own, go ahead and check it out. It is available on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch for $25. So, grab it now or wait for a sale. You guys decide. But yeah, so this is for you guys. Because like I said, I've noticed a lot of you really enjoy the arcade beat 'em up. So here's one that'll really give you some nostalgia as you're playing it. go ahead and enjoy it.
There you go. I do like my beat 'em ups, my arcade beat 'em ups. It brings me back to when I was a kid, when I was a wee little thing, right?
A wee little...
That's right. Great indie spotlight again from Terry.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to our next topic, and that is the PS5. It has increased in price. Now, this is an Xbox show, so we asked the question, how will this affect me as an Xbox gamer? The PS5 price increase. Now, first off, I am completely against price increases as a whole, mainly because you have multi-billion-dollar corporations, and no matter how hard things get, those CEOs never make a penny less than they made the year before, regardless of how the economy is going, of how the market is going, the stock crashes, anything. They always make more money. And this is, you can see this through Activision Blizzard, right? Bobby Kotick fires 200 employees and he gets a bigger bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just kind of crap to me, that these people up high can't sacrifice. Will sacrifice other employees' livelihoods. They will nickel and dime the consumers, but they will never, ever, ever take a penny less than they did the year before. So I am completely against price increases as a whole, because I'm sure Bobby Kotick's $500 million, bonus could have helped with that. Or, in PlayStation case, now not Jim Ryan, but I'm, PlayStation CEO in Japan. He could sacrifice some of his $230 million bonus for it. Just throwing that out there. I'm fully against price increases in general, because there's no reason for them. Hey, but before we get going, for GQ TV, Carlo joins us. Hey, congratulations on getting verified, by the way. Saw that. That's awesome. T-Myth is in the chat. T-Myth, what's up?
T-Myth.
You're wicked hot. Joins us. Hey, sorry I'm late, guys, but I made it, though. Hey, glad you're here. So it's been rumored that there was going to be a price increase, but nobody thought they would actually go with it. But everybody was wrong. Whoa, hold on a second. That is the wrong screen. Why is it doing that? Give me a second to figure this out, guys. Price increases. Terry, what do you think? In general. Wow, why would it show that?
Price increase bad.
Price increase bad.
Yeah, I mean, no consumer ever wants to pay higher prices for anything. Sometimes we'll do it if we're like really into said item, like you'll see like Apple people will always pay a higher price for the newest Apple phone, or the same thing with like PC, you always pay that high price hike for the newest graphics card or something. But there's just certain things, I don't know. I just feel like there isn't really a need for this particular hike, because it's been so difficult for people to obtain the console. First of all, they had a really rough launch. It was pretty much, they had high sales, but it was all to the scalpers.
Yep.
Scalpers basically gave them like all these sales, and then they jacked the prices up even more for people, and just making it hard for people to get it, or people would have to pay double or if not triple what they would have if they could have obtained it in the first place. So it's just to raise the price even more. It's just why, like, this console's been too expensive already because of the scalping. So it just doesn't seem right to the people who are still trying to get it. And I don't know, like, we're getting closer. The console's been out for a couple years now. We're getting closer to that point. They should be getting ready maybe in the next year or two for the mid-gen refresh kind of thing. Like they won't have it out yet, but like they should start teasing it. You know what I mean? So usually you'll see they'll start to reduce the price a little bit, so that way they can have the new one a little bit, at that higher price point. So I don't know. I feel like they're just doing everything backwards right now with this generation for this console. I just don't get it. Like They need to make it easier for people to get it. Like, the scalpers already got garages full of them that they probably still haven't been able to sell. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't get it.
the whole, and then when you do see it in the stores, you got to bundle it with a controller and a game you don't want. Like, I'm not going to say the games are bad. I'm just saying, what if it's a game you don't want? Like, oh, the GT7 bundle. I don't want to play GT7 with. I don't want to buy GT7 with my PS5. What if I want? I don't know, Horizon Forbidden West or something like.
Ghost of Tsushima.
So you cannot buy this console for $500. You have to buy this console closer to $750 at retail, and then the scalpers are selling it for $700-800. It's already a high price console, and I don't know. It's really off-putting for me, who wants it as a secondary console, to one, buy it with another controller and a game, because I don't want that. I just want a PS5 for now. I'll buy the games later, or I'll buy the games digitally. And I'm certainly not going to buy it from scalper. Screw them. I don't care. So yeah, I just don't know what PlayStation is thinking by raising the price of the PS5 in select territories. Shaddai, what do you think about this price increase real quick?
Like you said, Axel, it started off as a rumor. And now it came into fruition, and now they're trying to raise the price. They're trying to use it as an excuse that is due to inflation. That's, for me, a lot of BS. Because the thing is, if that was the case, everything would have gone up, even the Xbox Series X or S. When this happened, I was very surprised. It's like not surprised, but at the same time, I am, because they did it to, as you were scrolling, it was into the UK, UK, Europe, Canada, Japan, but never in the United States, due to the fact that Xbox is doing really good in their hometown. So that's something that everybody got scratching their heads on why they're not raising it. And if that was the case, they would have lost ground even more, because at this time, nobody, everybody, as much as we probably say that's not true, but we're still struggling for the aftermath of the pandemic. So we're going back to work. A lot of it, due to the increase of everything, we still gotta, pretty much struggling on everything right now. And no matter how you look at it, we're still struggling on something. And by them doing that, it makes it even harder for gamers to get it and save money. But also, this could be, they could say all the inflation that they want, but also it could be that, remember on April 2021, so we're talking about more than a year ago.
So I want to interrupt real quick.
No, go right ahead.
Because it says that it's in almost everywhere except for the US. So I don't see how inflation would be a factor, because I don't know if all the other countries are having inflation issues. I know like the US is, and maybe Canada, but I can't speak for like the Asian countries and the South American countries. I think parts of Europe are having inflation, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's not really a thing that's affecting the broad scope of all the people who this is going to affect.
I think that's more. It's going to sound kind of dumb, but those are kind of areas that they have dominance. So that's more like saying, you know what, let's just raise it up where we have dominance at this very moment. It's stupid to think about. It's dumb to think about that, but at the same time, it's like, you know what, let's do this where we are actually holding ground for now.
The thing about this is the PS5 was already selling at a profit, so increasing the price of goods, the inflation rate of the raw materials, could not have driven it to be so far in the red that Sony couldn't eat it. Because as you know, the real money is in their software sales. Sony makes. You think Sony made? I don't know how much they made last year, 13 billion or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. 13
or last quarter or whatever it was. Sony didn't make 13 billion off of $500 PS5s. Just pointing that out, right? They didn't. And I think Dreadpool has a point here, and so does everybody else, right? Sony says inflation, but they meant competition. Yeah, where there is no competition, well, you can dictate the market. And so, because Sony is so dominant in these markets, they dictate it completely.
But also
So-
remember that this could play maybe a factor. Remember, like I was saying, back in April 2021, they just mentioned that Microsoft gave money, or I mean, let's say it was more of chip priorities to them compared to Sony's. So that could
Sony still outsold Xbox though worldwide, even with chip priority.
Yes and no, because remember, if you got chip priorities, you're gonna get more chips than they do. So so at the same time, you could say like, okay, you know what, it could be a factor after a year and say like, man, they took. I'm not gonna say they took everything, but since we're going, I'm not gonna say as a loss, but I'm talking about more like, man, for us to get a little bit more profit, let's raise it up. Because we don't have the chips like that.
But when you're saying chip priority, so like I've ordered from my work and we've ordered from factories that don't work weekend shifts, and we will literally pay their entire weekend crew to get them to work on our stuff. They will charge us their entire salaries.
So pretty much you're
So
charging
we pay for that priority,
extra
right?
work.
Yeah, we pay for it. So
exactly.
when you say chip priority to Xbox, it's not like they outbid Sony. Maybe they paid for the workforce.
No,
I mean, who doesn't want their workers paid, right?
No, exactly. So if they want to sell it,
the point
they're
is,
do that.
I don't see any justification for Sony to raise the price of the PS5 other than they're dominant in that market, so they can dictate the market, and greed, just flat out greed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, only the diehard loyalists to the brand are going to pay that. All right.
Well, that's your entire first year of consoles. I mean, when you look at who has bought consoles in the first 2 years, it's the the early adopters, if you will. It's the hardcore. It's me.
Yeah.
It's you.
And the scalpers. Scalpers got majority. Because like when they even showed the numbers early on of when they were bragging about their sales, but then they looked at how many users they had, and it was super small compared to their sales because, yeah, they're selling a crap ton of consoles, but no one's playing it because the scalpers have them all still, in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much can you brag about it if no one's using your product? I mean, yeah, you're making your money, so you're happy, but I mean, people aren't playing it.
Yeah, but at the same time, look at what happened at Xbox. They have the same, the same problem with the scalper, but look at them now. So
right, Xbox is everywhere now, baby. And
yeah,
it's going to be even more sold out
with
now.
scalper. Yeah, even with scalpers, look at them now. It's pretty much all over the place. Even though it's only the Xbox Series S, which
hey, don't you dare knock on the Series S, man. That's a powerful beast.
But that's I was about to say that Phil Spencer said it, that it was that Series S was going to sell more than the Series X. So even with scalpers, they still manage to send their product to all the retails with no problem, even though they had a deal with that.
But since
shout out to DE for joining us. We appreciate you, man.
Yes. But since they already, like we said, they already have, the only people that are going to pay this, crazy price are going to be the loyalists to the brand who probably already have one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't foresee the casual who just wants one to be paying that kind of price, or and we've already seen since the launch of the consoles a huge uptick in sales for the Xbox Series consoles in Japan compared to previous generations. So this literally could benefit Xbox further if they keep increasing the price. They might start looking at Xbox because the Switch is like the number one console in
Switch,
Japan.
baby.
Switch is number one. So if they're not going to get what they want from the Switch, then the only other option they have is PlayStation or Xbox. And if the PlayStation is crazy, overpriced, they might opt for the Xbox because they already have their Switch. All right, which is the fan favorite in Japan. So I mean, their loyalty is only going to go so far.
Yeah, loyalty will only take you so far, but you know, as Jesse Darby put it, greedy station. Like when you compare Xbox and PlayStation, and this is going to segue right into our next segment, is the value proposition. You know, Xbox is now the more powerful console, the more affordable console, has the more affordable access to games with Game Pass, right? And the Game Pass service is still by far better than anything PlayStation has because it includes that day and date first party. Like that is a big deal. I mean, I know that's why I'm subscribed to Netflix, is because they don't go to movies first. It's right there and then there, you know? And I don't mean to, I know that games aren't movies, guys. I get it. I'm just using kind
still
of
entertainment.
Yeah. It's still entertainment, right? Entertainment hours.
Mm-hmm.
Also, PlayStation is the only one that's charging you $10 more for games, right? $70 games. PlayStation is charging you $10 to upgrade games that could be upgraded for free. You know, that whole, you know, FPS boost, resolution boost, auto HDR, all that great stuff that I am now spoiled with. It flabbergasts me that people would choose to pay this.
Mm-hmm. And they're backing up for that. They said that they'll pay for it no matter what. The
proposition for Xbox, they don't need, like everybody's all like, oh, if they lower the price $50, if they lower the price, they don't need to. PlayStation raised their price by $50. They don't need to. The value proposition, I think now of Xbox is so big and so unsurmountably undeniable. Do you think that Xbox will make some waves, especially given the PlayStation increase now in these territories? And let's take a look at the territories we're talking about. So we'll go through these territories one at a time. And Jesse Darby's greedy station. Yeah. Europe. All right. So Jim Ryan dominated Europe during the PS4 era, but don't forget, a big reason why Xbox 360 was so big was because of the UK. But we'll go to Europe because now Europe and the UK is not the same thing, apparently.
No, they separated. They separated from the Union.
Yeah, they went up 50 euros or 50. Is it euros? Whatever the
UK. I think they switched back to pounds. They left the European Union, so they don't. I don't think they use.
So Europe is euros.
Yeah,
so it went
Europe
up 50
has
euros,
yeah.
And euros is pretty comparable to dollars, guys. It's not that far off. So basically $50. Do you think Xbox will now start making a difference in territories like Germany and Italy and, I don't know, France? Where else is big down there? Spain. You know, do you think that this will drive Xbox sales? Guys, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Terry.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, like I said, with Europe got hit really hard with the pandemic, and then and then they've been having a lot of issues there politically with all kinds of stuff. So they have a lot of issues going on in Europe. I don't know if people can just be throwing away extra money on a price hike.
The electric bills are in the hundreds of dollars, like $500-$600.
Yeah, like they pay crazy fees for things that we would find shocking. It's I don't know. Like, so I don't know. I don't think this is going to benefit them.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to UK now. The UK is in pounds. They went up by 30 pounds. The pound is technically weak against the dollar, so I'll say there's probably $20 price increase. What do you guys think?
That's a lot. That's a lot. And like I said, in like Europe, the UK, they have a lot going on over there too right now. That's steep. Like they pay crazy prices for their internet. They have, like I said, they get taxed on things that we don't get taxed on. Like they get a car tax. Like we get a tax to, like, when we buy the car, like our sales tax to buy the car, and we have like our insurance. They have that, and then they have a tax just for owning the car that they have to pay.
It's called a registration. That's a tax.
Dude, no, not the registration. This is on top of that. So as long as you own it, as long as you own the car, you get taxed just for owning it. Even if it's not registered, you're not driving it, and it's in a garage rotting away, you still got to pay an extra tax just for being an owner of it. It's ridiculous. They have extra taxes. And
Parking space tax. Toolman
it's
says,
crazy. So like,
Toolman
I don't
says he
know.
would like people to check out Company of Gamers podcast. There's a CFO, Chief Financial Analyst, that talked about the price increase. If you're more interested in the topic after this show, of course, stay tuned here.
They got like
All right.
they got like people that drive around that tax them for like having the internet. So like they go around and they check people to see who hasn't like paid their special tax or whatever. It's crazy over there. So like
Right.
if they're throwing all this money away in the UK with all these taxes, like I don't think they can afford a price hike like that, like on something not essential.
Right. Not a necessity. Yeah. It's a commodity, not a
They
necessity.
could barely afford. They could barely afford, owning a car and paying for internet right now. How can they deal with that too? I don't know. Like,
right. Jesse Darby, he has to take off. Take it easy, Jesse Darby. Have a good time.
Have a great day.
Japan went up by 60,000 yen.
Holy yen!
I don't know how much that is in dollars, but that sounds like a lot. 60,000 yen sounds like a lot. China now, the Xbox president in Japan is better than the 360 was right now. Do you think this will throw it up even higher in Japan? Because Xbox has been dying to get into Japan for the last 3 generations.
I think it will.
Gen 4, their time.
I think it will, because like we said, we've already seen a climb in how many people are buying the series consoles in Japan compared
Especially
to previous generations. It's quite popular. It's cost effective, and the size that S, like, there's not a lot of space in Japan. Okay, like they tend to, their rooms are smaller a lot of times, so they don't have a lot of room for things. And that PS5 is a huge issue to somebody
Big
who lives
mama.
in a space. Like we take that for granted here, being Americans,
No, we
or
don't.
maybe we take that for granted being an American or a Canadian or anything like that, because we're used to having plenty of open space. Like I have all this room in my room, there's like nothing there. You don't have that when you're over in Japan, where everything has to be. There's a reason why you can go on YouTube and you can watch hundreds of videos of people in Japan with all their tiny stuff, because it's like a market. You have to have tiny stuff. There's no room for anything. Their cars are small. They literally have like this weird compact thing for your parking garages for your cars to be like on like a vending machine. It's ridiculous because they don't have room for anything in there. So like to have a giant freaking console that's probably bigger than their TV. Of course, they're gonna opt for a dang, Xbox Series X, because
Preach, Terry, preach.
They want stuff to be compact over there. The only thing that they want big is their phone. All right, so like, come on.
It's so funny because when I saw that PS5, it is as big as my torso, from waist to neck. It's as big as my torso. I was like, holy cow! The Best Buy model that they have, right, at Best Buy. Japan, I think, is going to be the most. I think this is the territory that Xbox is really going to focus on with this price increase. If I was Xbox right now, I would throw so much advertising into Japan. Give me a weird Japanese, melodrama commercial series that ends
a lot
up
of
with
flashes. Everybody will get that.
Like, did you guys ever see that Long Man commercials series? It was like a series of like 6 or 8 commercials. It was like watching a drama unfold in front of you of cheating and, not wanting to cheat, but being attracted to another person. And all it was about this candy, this gummy candy. And it's the hands down the greatest commercial series I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, that's what Xbox needs to do. They need to throw together a Japanese drama commercial, not American style, because if they advertise to Japanese American style, they're going to get nowhere. They need to hire a Japanese PR firm, and as soon as they think this is the weirdest commercial I've ever seen, air that commercial. Trust me.
I kid you not. All they have to do for Xbox to freaking do amazing in Japan is they just need to have a partnership with Sanrio and just have, Hello Kitty themed like consoles and controllers and things. And there's no way PlayStation or Nintendo would be able to compete with that, because they're all about the cute
skin. Get that Hello Kitty skin.
The cuter stuff is, the better it sells in Japan. All right, so make it cute.
Any anime themed console, you will sell it faster too.
Yeah,
So.
they just need to. I really think Xbox needs to go hard after Japan. And now Xbox, I don't know if Xbox is in China. I don't think they are. This is a lost market for them right now. But still, going up by 4,290. Like, you know what? Let me go.
No, I think they do have China. It's just that Sony kind of pushed a little bit further when it came to the PS5 for the first time in China.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Don't they have all their knockoff stuff over there that they kind of focus on?
I mean, yeah, but you can't knock off the service, especially when it has an online check-in.
You can when the Chinese government blocks all that stuff anyway. So you use the knockoff stuff that they make, so that way you know they keep getting their money. You're not paying.
I don't think I read this right. A PS5. Okay, so maybe I'm reading this right. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. But a PS5 in Chinese yuan is now $625.63.
So it's $120 more than here.
Jesus, that's a huge difference. Wow.
Just sell the Great Wall of China and that will cover everything.
No, my gosh.
Really quick. Drunken Donut. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you. Every Xbox fan should be cheering the price increase. I don't care what Sony does, as I don't plan on buying one. I can afford 2 consoles as they're $800 over here. And this gen, I chose Xbox. I don't know where over here is, but holy cow, $800. Get out of here. Let us know where over here is Drunken Donut.
Right there. Dunkin' Donuts. I mean.
Yeah. His wallet runs on Dunkin'. Good morning, Xbox. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, Chris, appreciate you. Yeah. Here we go, Dreadful. They need to have a commercial or Phil Spencer hand over an Xbox Series to Major Nathan and says, "This is how we keep low prices low to sell." Oh my God, it would be so funny if instead of like the factory workers working, it's like Major Nelson working.
Not Major Nelson, but it would have been nice to Aaron Greenberg since he's their marketing.
All right, he's in Australia, down under. Okay. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in, international audience. Thank you, we appreciate you. Yeah, wow. I don't think
talking about Australia. Look underneath China right there. They got an increase too.
Yeah, and let's see who else do we got on the increase tonight. We got Australia. Yep, they went from $799, $800 to. Yeah, it's crazy. Mexico now. Here's a market Xbox can really make a difference. Xbox is hugely popular in the Americas, especially Latin America, especially Brazil and Mexico. They're starting to make headway in Mexico. They really need to hit that value proposition in Mexico. Trust me on this Xbox. Trust. Okay. So, yeah, you really got to hit Mexico hard with some advertising. And Canada, I did not know Canada was so heavy on PS5 that they could justify a price increase. I definitely thought that.
Ask Noof about that.
I really thought that Xbox would be kind of more popular in Canada than I guess I perceived it to be more popular. But of course, in the battleground of the Americas, the price did not go up. America! It did not go up, and of course the Xbox is hugely popular here. No lack of popularity here in Xbox, and no lack of a schoolyard console wars either. It's actually quite funny. I have my nephews, and I ask them often what the kids think about Xbox and PlayStation, and it's just funny to hear some of their stories. Huge console war stuff. Of course, this matches Meta, who raised their prices of Meta Quest 2 by $100, which I think is a bad move again. But we all know Meta's a little struggling. They need more first-party studios and more real games on Meta. That's a whole different topic. So yeah, all these price increases. I think the US. I think Xbox can really affect UK, Japan, and Mexico. What are your top 3 territories they should target with these price increases? Terry.
I don't think they should target anybody with the price increase. So
I don't mean target any. I mean, which markets should Xbox advertise heavily?
Xbox advertise heavily. I mean,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, so like,
Top 3 territories. Chat, let us know in the chat below.
Top 3 that Xbox needs to, I would say, I would agree with Mexico, because that would help, and then maybe Australia, and I think they should keep pushing in Japan. I think they're finally making some ground in Japan, and they shouldn't let up what they've got, and they got to keep going.
All right, Shaddai. Top 3 territories Xbox should advertise their value proposition in.
Japan, China, and Mexico. Why? Because China in population is over 1 billion people. So looking for that billion people that Phil Spencer was talking about, that will be China number 1. Japan is because, they, like you guys said, they struggle. So this is their time to lower that maybe $50 price to the Series X just to make it enticing.
It's Brucey's time to shine.
So Microsoft could play around with the price, even though yes, like we all know about the inflation thing, but just to have it a limited time only discount of a Series X or S, and just advertise the Game Pass with it, that will actually make people take their decision towards the green side. So for me, Japan, China, and Mexico, that should be awesome. And yeah, I'm with you, Axel, even though you had problems with the Xbox Cloud in Mexico, because I remember that. So they could improve on that area also. So that's what I think.
So what if they go to Australia and their whole marketing plan is to just use Crash Bandicoot as their mascot?
Why? Because it's a dingo?
How do you feel about that? I mean, come on. We have Sonic and we have Mario. Why not have Crash Bandicoot?
Master Chief is the mascot, and don't you forget it.
Yeah, but I'm saying for Australia though, just because it would be funny.
You don't think Master Chief sounds Australian with a down under accent? Crocodile. You've never heard of Crocodile Chief?
Crocodile Chief, no.
This is not National Geographic.
That's right. So, crikey, I wonder what will happen if I shove this grenade up this Covenant's ass. That'll really piss him off. Oh my god. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry. Went off the rail there. Don't complain too much, America. I want to buy my giant paperweight at $500 before they decide to raise our price. Also, facts, Dreadful. I am also thinking the same thing.
Yep.
The same thing. Yeah. And I don't see Xbox. Do you think Xbox will eventually raise their price with inflation?
No.
And inflation is up worldwide about.
I don't
11%.
think Xbox is going to raise their price until they have the next console. So like whenever they do their mid-gen refresh and they announce the better version of this one before they get to the end, I feel like that's when they'll probably do an increase, because they'll drop the current one and they'll probably make the other one a little bit higher.
Yeah.
There you go.
I agree.
All right, so that's going to do it. Let's check in with the chat. I put a poll up in the chat, Terry, if you don't mind going over those results.
All right, will the PS5 price increase drive Xbox sales? 81% said, hell to the yes, it will.
Yes.
13% of you said no because you didn't read the article. And the other 4% said meh. I guess you're just not gamers. You don't care.
You don't care. It is what it is. It'll be a kiss it, sit All right. That's going to do it for that. And just a quick snippet here. So Xbox. So we're going to move on to Phil Spencer. So the price increase we all disagree with. We don't think Xbox is going to raise the price. And we all think Xbox should be aiming at these territories hard. So, yeah.
Hey, and not only that, just to add that up, it would be even better that, let's say, if that Activision deal goes through, that sells even more when that actually happens this year.
Exactly. Hey, let's move on with the show. So Phil Spencer, our fearless leader for Xbox, has spoken to Bloomberg. Now, Bloomberg had a show called Bloomberg One or some crap
Bloomberg
like that.
Studios 1.0.
Yeah, Bloomberg Studios One. And Phil Spencer spoke on a variety of topics at Bloomberg. Yeah.
Not Bloomberg. Not Bloomberg.
Bloomberg. Is that how you say it? How do you say it? Whatever.
Just do like I do. I separate them. Bloomberg.
Bloomberg. Okay.
It's too German. It's too German for Axel to handle. Okay.
It is. It is. I can't read that. My Southern Texas accent won't let me read that. All right. Here we go. So he spoke to them. He spoke about the acquisition. He spoke about the fact that consoles are becoming less the battleground, and then he said people are saying that he might allow NFTs, but he didn't. If you read it, so let's go over some of these Bloomberg quotes. So they asked him about the $70 billion acquisition from Activision Blizzard. He says he feels good about the progress and how supportive his people is. He says it's hard questions. What is our intent? What does this mean? If you play it out over 5 years, is this constricting a market? Is it growing a market? Spencer said in an interview with Emily Chang for Bloomberg Studio 1.0. And he's basically said that he's never done a $70 billion deal. I don't know what my confidence means. I will say the discussions we've been having seem positive. So there you go. I think that's just regular PR talk. Nothing really interesting was said.
If the talks were not positive, he wouldn't mention it. you know what I mean? He wouldn't mention it because the journalists would run rampant if they felt that there was any kind of way that the deal would break. So he would never get let on if it wasn't positive.
Yeah, and I think why wouldn't you feel confident? I mean, Saudi Arabia already gave their no contest approval to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be feeling pretty good too. Shaddai, are you feeling good about the $70 billion? Are you feeling as good as Phil Spencer is feeling about the $70 billion acquisition?
No, because those $70 billion is not inside my pocket. So
but you're going to benefit from it.
Yeah.
As a subscriber, anyway.
As a subscriber, and then it'll be money for them. Where is my thing? Where's my share?
You're getting $70 billion secondhand, which we all know is worthless. Exchanging hands.
Shaddai, the Middle Eastern oil tycoons approve. Okay. So, I mean, they basically own the world and they say, yeah, go for it.
Of course. You just said a 70 billion in charge of oil, and that's like 70 billion on software just by itself. So it goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? So for them, it's like, if we could do that with oil, you could do that with the software. So go ahead, triple thumbs up. So I know he's gonna say that.
So he feels good about the acquisition.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, Candy Crush will inherit legacy allegations that it will inherit the legacy of allegations that Activision underpaid women, allowed sexism and harassment to go unpunished. Activision has said it is trying to address the issue, and Spencer said Microsoft examined Activision's plans to clean up the act before agreeing to the deal in January. Now, me personally, I don't trust anything Bobby Kotick says because if you follow economics, a lot of people blame the 1982 video game crash on ET, but it was actually Activision who spearheaded that. So, it's just that ET was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Wait, what is ET? I don't want to think it's the movie.
Yeah, it is ET the movie.
Yeah,
ET the video
remember
game.
The video game that they buried in the desert because it was so awful and they had to get rid of all the copies? They buried them in the desert.
I remember that.
So Bobby Kotick was at Activision back then. I mean, it is his company. He's been head of Activision since I've been alive, since before I've been alive. Holy cow, guy's old. Time to retire.
You're trying to say he's ancient?
Jesus, man. And so, I don't trust anything Bobby Kotick does. I think Microsoft says that he believes they're committed to that. When I look at the work and what they're doing now, there's always more that can be done exactly. But I believe from the studio leaders that I know very well, some of them former Xbox members, he's talking about Mike Ibarra, head of Blizzard Entertainment now. And of course, probably
Rod Ferguson.
Is Rod Ferguson, head of Diablo Studios right now. And that they're committed to this journey, and I applaud that regardless of the deal. So, do you think that they are addressing this? Do you have faith that Activision is doing this and that Phil Spencer does actually believe this? Because he only talked about the two guys. Terry, this is a big deal, in my opinion.
I feel with the acquisition in place, there's the company wants to definitely, save face and appeal good to the new head honcho in charge. It's like when you work in an office or any business and like a big higher up is coming, what does your management do? They make everybody clean everything up because you want to put on a show for the head honcho.
Nobody works here. Like nobody works here.
It's like, so it's literally that on a much a more grandiose scale, where they're gonna do whatever they can to clean up and appear like everything is going to plan. So that could literally mean they're just sweeping everything under the rug and hiding it. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I feel like they'll have to, definitely make some changes because there's no way they could hide everything. So they would have to make some dramatic changes to where it would, being on good faith. So that way Microsoft is like, is still pleased with the commitment that they claim that they have to cleaning up the all these allegations. So I think there's truth to it that they are trying. But like I said, for anybody else who, works in business, when somebody high up all of a sudden decides to, drive or fly in from like corporate to come in there, everybody puts on this huge show. The store is 100 times cleaner than it normally is. You know what I mean? And everybody
we do this all the time. We do this all the time.
Yeah. So so I feel like that's what's happening.
And I think you bring up a good point that the new bosses are coming in and everybody's trying to impress. And I think that's another thing. Like a lot of these people might be protected by Activision executives through favoritism, the buddy system, the good old boy system, and those guys might be gone. You're going to get new overlords, and suddenly, oh man, I actually got to do work. What? Yeah, it's time. I think it's a good thing. Shaddai, any thoughts on this?
I don't know. From my understanding, it's like he's it's like Phil Spencer is trying to say something like from his gut, like, okay, I have to follow what they say, what they say. They're trying to clean up, but at the same time, I think is that he got some second thoughts about. I'm gonna be real for whatever. They just want that $70 billion, no matter how you look at it. They want that money, so they're gonna do whatever they want. They want to do whatever they want. They can just to get that $70 billion. So, and the thing is that on top of that, Bobby Kotick is still gonna get that damn bonus. So no matter how you look at it, he's still gonna get it. So,
in case you missed the train, guys, I really don't like Bobby Kotick. Okay, if he doesn't get canned, I will be upset. Like once the deal is over, I hope Bobby Kotick goes off and retires on Jeff Epstein's island where he belongs.
For me, I can't really say because I don't know Bobby Kotick whether if he's face to face or not. I really don't know.
I just know his business practices, and I don't like them.
It just that for me is that when I hear this malpractices and all that, which I know a lot of the companies have those, malpractices. Just because they're trying to look for a shortcut on a lot of things. But the thing is that in this time of age, a lot of things have changed, and he's doing all this crazy things that it was happening, and now with the union thing and all that, which I know they asked that for Phil, how you gonna feel about that? So for me, even when they ask him, are you gonna remove Bobby Kotick? What did he say? I'm not in the position to say that because he's gonna get into trouble if he say like, heck yeah, the door is right there, man. Get out. So he can't really say that until the deal is actually done. So it's just that he needs to go. He needs to go. Time have changed. Time have changed. Everything is common sense. Every company needs some it needs equality. Everybody's equal, and that anybody can run pretty much active, with the right personnel, they could run Activision, like Drunken said, Sarah Bond. She's a good candidate for that one. So
we'll see. I like Sarah Bond being head of Game Pass because she's giving me awesome deals. So again, now Microsoft about being now Activision, I believe their QA department unionized. And Microsoft is not a union workplace. So Phil Spencer has never had a place with union in it, but I can say working through this, we recognize workers' needs to feel safe and heard and compensated fairly in order to do great work. He said, we definitely see a need to support the workers in the outcomes that they might have. Now, nowhere in here does he commit to not dissolving the union, to supporting the union, anything like that. Most corporate places do not want unions. So we'll see what happens with the union. Me personally, I think with a company as big as Microsoft, that this will get dissolved down to the point where, because you can restructure a company so much when you acquire them that they will restructure these unions out, in my opinion.
Well, or let's put it this way. Way before this union situation happened, didn't I think in one article, whatever, didn't they say that Microsoft was the best place to work? And that's without the union.
It's always ranked in the top 10.
Right.
Top 100 at least.
So the question might ask, like, since a lot of people that work for Microsoft says that is a really good place to work, so what's the point of having a union if it's, like you say, it's in the top 10? So I think they probably debunk that unless if the people at Raven, because I know they're the one who started that, the union start forcing that just to be on the safe side, even though they're number one, or not number one, in the top 10, unless if they force it to say like, okay, you might be in the top 10, but we still want to be unionized, because what he says that we recognize worker needs to feel safe, so they still want to be, even though you're the top 10, we still want to feel safe that our work is still pretty much there for us on a fair grounds.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Terry, union, do you think they will accept it or restructure to basically make it non-existent?
I don't know. I don't know. Regardless of what people say, how it is at working for Xbox or Microsoft, if there's already people who have been working on organizing this union, they're not going to want to stop because they're going to want to get that power. So it's I don't know, unions are tricky. So I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know.
I'm in a union, so I know.
Oh man. All right. Well, there you go. The union question still looms. Let's check in with the chat real quick. Splendiferous doesn't like Bobby Kotick. Bobby will be gone once he gets paid. Drunken Donut says, I could be wrong, but I really see Microsoft putting a woman in charge of Activision. It just makes sense. Let's see. Dreadful Bobby Kotick is the ringleader of all these bad actions. Won't say exactly out here, but he needs to vanish and never have human contact. Agree. And yeah. There we go. I'm not going to put that one up. Terri, I'll let you address the chat on what they're saying now. So, Spencer is pledged to make Call of Duty available for the rival PlayStation at least for some period of time. Said the idea of games made exclusively for one device is something we're just going to see less and less of. Agreed. Maybe it happened in your house. So he talks about people buying different consoles. So let's just quote him so I don't misquote him here. Who can do an awesome Phil Spencer impression? We need a Phil Spencer impressionist guy.
Sorry.
Maybe you happen in your household to buy an Xbox and I buy a PlayStation and our kids want to play together and they can't because we bought the wrong piece of plastic to plug into our television. We really love to be able to bring more players in, reducing friction, making people feel safe, secure when they're playing, allowing them to find their friends, play with their friends, regardless of what device. I think in the long run, that is good for this industry. And maybe in the short run, there's some people in some companies that don't love it. But I think as we get over the hump and see where this industry can continue to grow, it proves out to be true. Now, remember, Phil Spencer in the past, he said that he plans on bringing Xbox first party to platforms where Game Pass exists. The exemptions being pre-existing contracts, things like Minecraft. But you still need a Microsoft account for Minecraft. And I think that's going to be the same thing with Call of Duty. Your Call of Duty, what is it? Your Blizzard account, your Battle.net. There we go. Battle.net account might need to migrate over to Microsoft account in the future. So, as I said, don't get it confused, guys. When they said they want Game Pass on every device, they literally meant every device. So Microsoft, like, if you notice, like, oh, we got Game Pass working on the Steam Deck. Microsoft hasn't patched it so it doesn't work on Steam Deck, right? If anything, they probably made it so it works better. So, Microsoft doesn't care as long as you're subscribed and you're playing games, and that's a really positive thing.
Yeah, like we've discussed it before about how they're focusing on being more of a brand, not a device, which is the opposite of what their competitor PlayStation is doing. They're all about being the device.
Right.
So we already know that they're doing stuff with Samsung TVs for Xbox. So if it's a great way for them to make it possible for people who, Samsung is one of the leading brands for TVs.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier. So if they go and they put, a Game Pass app or a cloud app or something, some kind of app on the Samsung TV where people can, play the games with their subscription, that makes it easier for them to get into those households, especially since a lot of people who own Samsung TVs own PlayStations. So, it makes it easier. It makes it way easier for them to get in there. So yeah, this way they can still have their PlayStation console and they can access Game Pass games and things like that off their TV. So it's a win-win. So, and then when any other devices they decide to, make deals with in the future.
Now, some people have misunderstood this and believe that Microsoft is going third party. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you got to say to those people, Shaddai?
That was something that I was watching on these couple of days. That they're trying to say that Xbox will not have any more exclusives. I don't know where they got that from, but I know what he meant. That they're very traditional. They want to keep it some exclusive and all that, but I think he meant more when it came to cross plays and all that. When it comes to multiplayers. Because there's always a barrier there, and we already seen that with Fortnite and Sony charging them for cross plays and all that. So pretty much it's creating, like he says, this fictional barrier that could have actually put the gaming together when it comes to multiplayer and expand more it could have more. More money, for the companies and all that. It's not about exclusivity. It was more about the multiplayer, having the cross play, the cross saves, everything needs to be all together. It's not about exclusivity. So I really don't know where they got that from, because I know that they still, no matter what, at this time of age, even though Fortnite is still crossplay and Warzone is still crossplay, so on the blue team is still releasing exclusive, so it does not matter.
Yeah.
So for him, it's like we're talking about, we have kids over here that wants to play with their buddies, but the companies, by creating this wall, they can't play with others. So now you got to decide, either you got to take console A or console B just to play with your friends. So that's what I think.
I wanna expand and say that the term exclusivity has definitely been evolving from what it used to mean. Before, exclusivity meant that it was only that said game or whatever was only going to be on said platform. Box. All right. And then it evolved and expanded to, okay, it's going to be on, we have console exclusivity plus PC, and then
launch exclusive.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to keep evolving to where it's just going to be brand. So basically, anything that brand is on will still be exclusive. So if they put Game Pass, let's say, I don't know, way in the future, let's say something happens and Game Pass is available on PlayStation. It would still be exclusive in the sense that it's exclusive to Microsoft, because you can only get it through their Game Pass app, but you can play it on any device that it's offered on. So it's no longer... The exclusive will now be brand, not device. It's evolving to that point.
Hell to Terry. I guess I'm not the only one who ever thought of that.
I don't know what I would do. Like, I feel like my gaming world would be so sad if the games, you remember the Xbox Play Anywhere initiative where you paid for one copy and you got it both on the console and the PC version?
Yep.
And of course, Game Pass is the natural evolution of that now with PC Game Pass. And of course, for those of you that want cloud as well, Game Pass Ultimate. Like, I love that I can play any of my games on any device, even if I have to stream it. It's such a freedom. It's crazy. Like, I have a PS4 over there, and if I have to be in the mood to sit down and play that PS4 in that specific room, and that's the thing, like my Switch, I can grab it and take it anywhere, right? That's great. That's how they got around it. But like Xbox, the fact that I have my console over there, I can play it right here where I'm sitting with my PC. I can play it on my phone, with touch controls even. I mean, it's just, the accessibility is crazy, and I don't know. I feel like my gaming life would suck without it. Let's check it with the chat real quick.
Can I get the violin while you say that?
Definitely. What was that, Shaddai?
Oh, when you say that's my life, let me use the violin while you say that's my life.
Yeah, play the violin. My gaming life. My gaming life. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Be sure to like and share and subscribe. We appreciate it. Dreadpool says those people that are trying to change the narrative in their toxic ways are the ones that are saying that Xbox is going third party. Xbox games are exclusive to Xbox ecosystem on multiple devices. It's not just about a console anymore. Exactly. Right. Terry went into that. Let's move on with the article. While Microsoft is focused on completing the Activision acquisition, Spencer said he remains on the hunt for more content, whether by investing in new games, partnerships, or further deals. Xbox wants to add content and creators in the regions of the globe where it is less strong. Japan.
Africa.
That's a thing,
they say no. I think in the I gotta think. They said that they're trying to build a data center there for Africa. So they want to expand over there too.
So he says, I'm always thinking about adding things that add to our capability. Even though we've worked on our geographic expansion, data centers, I'd still say we have too many of our creators in places that are are traditional markets, aka Western markets. And I think I want to say when he says too many of our creators, he means game developers.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Spencer has said he is looking to make a footprint, to leave a footprint in Japan. So let's talk about Activision Blizzard deal finishes. Phil Spencer is looking for a deal in Japan. Who should he target? Speculation time. Japanese studio. Go, Terry.
What? I don't know. For Japan? Why did you pick me for Japan? You should be picking Shaddai for Japan.
All right. Shaddai, Japan.
Platinum.
What? All right. Why platinum?
Because platinum is high.
Platinum is high?
No.
I'm talking about the platinum metal prices, okay?
No, I know a lot of people says Capcom, Sega, and all that. Even though they have worked with Sega before, that's why I remember in the video the Sega Dreamcast says compatible with Microsoft CE during that time. So they used to work together. So I think platinum. It's just they got a really good reputation, even though it did have a little bit of a friction when it came to Scalebound, but that could be ironed out. And they even said, hey, we don't mind being purchased by Microsoft. And I think there is another one that says that, hey, we want to give, they're raising their hand. Hey, Phil, I'm still open for being purchased, but I can't remember. Was it not Mikami, but it was somebody else.
Yeah, no, it was the guy that made the Scalebound.
Oh, okay.
Guy. Yeah,
so they say,
platinum
hey,
guy.
Yeah, so I guess I was correct. So they're like, hey, we could be purchased too. So I would, it would be a really good, and I'm not high by what Dreadful say. I am not high. But that will be a great acquisition. They made really good games.
There you go. Platinum. All right. Chat. You can see my question in the chat. Which Japanese studio should Xbox buy after ABK? This is a type in your own answer type of thing. So yeah. All right. CNBC already said Sonic was an Xbox game, so I was right that Sega is coming. I hope so, man. I love Sega. I love War. I love the Total War series. Creative Assemblies at Sega. I like the Sonic games, believe it or not. I think Sega just has a lot.
Yakuzas.
Yeah, the Yakuzas. Bayonetta. Bayonetta is actually a Sega property and IP.
No, isn't that Platinum's?
No.
Ooh,
Bayonetta is a Sega owned IP.
I thought it was Platinum. Okay.
Negatiro. So Sega is, of course, being an old Genesis guy, I'm down for Sega. Terry, which Japanese studio do you think? Are you thinking Capcom, Square Enix?
No, I would think maybe Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco would be a good one.
Because they have already such a huge foothold in the US already. It would be easier to acquire them since they're basically American already,
and Bandai Namco made the game of the year, Elden Ring. Or
Tales of Arise. Tales of Arise.
That's right.
So, yeah.
You're making me way too happy on that because they actually do make really good games, even fighting games they do. So
hey, Happy Cloud Game. What are we talking about? So we were talking about the Phil Spencer interview. He was talking about looking into buying more studios once ABK finished, and I asked the question: which Japanese studio should Xbox buy after ABK?
Splendiferous, hey, for you, Terry.
Yeah, Splendiferous wants you to read this out, Terry.
Yeah, Sega is boring, so no.
What? Are you kidding me?
Nah. I'm not a Sega fan. I'm sorry. I don't really care about anything Sega has. So
unbelievable.
Just say Sega.
Sega.
See, there you go. I made her say it. See, I made her say it.
Yeah. I think the two companies that make the most sense are definitely Bandai Namco and Sega because they have always supported Xbox, especially Bandai Namco since the late Xbox One generation into now. They have been really supportive of Xbox, so I think it makes sense that they strengthen their partnership with Bandai Namco. If Bandai Namco is looking for that, Sega, Sega I think would be a hard buy, mainly because Sammy Corporation owns them, so they'd have to buy them off of Sammy Corp. They can't just go over and drop the bag on Sega. They can't. They got to drop the bag to Sammy Corp. And what else do we have? FromSoft, obviously. FromSoft has made nothing but 80 meta games and up. So that's a fantastic studio. Even though I know the hardcore get good style gaming isn't for everybody. But, they also released things like Armored Core, which has another one coming out. So, yeah, FromSoft for me as well. But, yeah, there we go. That's all we have for the show, guys. Let's see. Did anybody say anything other than Sega? Happy Cloud Gamer. I don't know if you saw this, but Chess Corden of Windows Central. Whoops. I guess never mind. Jess Corden of Windows Central did say that Microsoft has trademarked the term Xcloud. So we might get, instead of having to say Xbox Cloud Gaming or Xbox Game Pass Cloud Gaming or whatever that long title is, we can just say Xcloud from here on out, which is a way better marketing term than that other one. I'm going to say this, EA CEO, they are not for sale, but I think Microsoft is having talk with EA to wait on Activision Blizzard deal is done. Microsoft don't want to lose EA. I think EA is too big it's not too big, but the franchises they have are too multi-plat to succeed as an exclusivity franchise. They have those sports franchises. They have Battlefield, which is struggling even being multi-plat. I don't think EA succeeds if they go exclusive.
I think Microsoft might do some smaller deals after the Blizzard is done. Mm-hmm. This way, just wait for the heat to kind of die down after it's done. I don't feel like they're not going to go into this big deal just to go into an even bigger one because that's just that kind of plays into what everybody else is claiming. So I think they'll do some small deals. Wait a little bit for the dust to finally settle, and then they'll go into something big.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to do it for the show, everybody. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to you guys. This is Sunday. You could have been it's the Lord's Day. You could have been doing literally anything else, but you chose to spend it here with us, the Good Morning Xbox crew. And for that, we are really thankful. And that's why you guys, the chat, will always be the MVP to all my shows. I'm Axel1324. Terry, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on the internet. Just go ahead and search for me. I'm on Twitter at Coolcat_Terri. You can find me on Twitch, Coolcat Terri, Monday through Wednesdays, 6 p.m. to about 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I'm all over the place. Just search my name. Put it in the browser. I guarantee you it'll pop up with something.
There you go. Shaddai. Let the people know where they can find you.
Right there's the name somewhere around there. People can find me on Twitter and on the Xbox by that name, Eternal damn pointing thing, Eternal Shaddai. Also on Twitch.
You type in Eternal damn pointing thing into your browser.
There.
Absolutely.
But also people can find me on Twitch. I'll be streaming here and there lately with ETE for abbreviation for Eternal and Shaddai. And once you get that notification, feel free. Everybody's welcome. Have fun. Until next weekend.
All right. And real quick, I miss Pixel Slapper. Thank you so much for joining us. And GoGo Polo, thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.